Well, joining me now is commentator and broadcaster Esther Krakue. Great to see you again, Esther. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good. Recovering from a week. What a week, eh? And the funeral. I tell you, people in Australia were glued to their televisions. It was extraordinary. It must have been amazing there in London. But it's back to politics, of course, and the royal family are in mourning for the Queen. But Prince William suddenly has to show his woke side. We've had King Charles saying that he wouldn't engage in climate rubbish as much. Prince William had to cancel an appearance at the Earthshot Prize Summit, which is his kind of woke environmental prize thing that he set up. So instead of choosing someone non-political to step in, he chooses Jacinda Ardern, of all people, a hard-left Prime Minister, to take his place. That's disturbing enough. Let's have a quick listen to what she had to say.
I'm also humbled to have been asked to speak on behalf of Prince William, who will instead join us virtually today. I am an exceptionally poor substitute. I couldn't help reflect on Her late Majesty the Queen. She is someone who was focused, committed, and demonstrated what could be achieved when you show fortitude and longevity. We need all those same characteristics to take on the environmental challenges ahead of us.
So let's have a quick listen to Prince William as well, who made his contribution via video link, in which he kind of suggested that the Queen was also part of this climate cult. Let's have a listen.
Protecting the environment was a cause close to my grandmother's heart, and I know she would have been delighted to hear about this event and the support you're all giving our Earthshot finalists, the next generation of environmental pioneers.
So explain to me, Esther, what is it that the modern royals don't understand about the separation of the monarch in a constitutional monarchy from the politicians?
I think the issue here is the fact that the royal family, or at least, the Prince of Wales and now King Charles, don't understand that actually the whole discussion around climate change is political. And I think that's what, they've never really completely gotten to grips with. I actually wrote a piece for The Express yesterday saying that, one of the things that would make King Charles more successful as a monarch, and that would be more likely carry the monarchy to my generation, which is pretty frosty on the whole idea of a constitutional monarchy anyway, is one, to not get political, and two, to really put Charles and William and Kate at the forefront of a lot of royal family engagements, because they actually have the highest popularity numbers after, of course, the Queen. And he has precisely done both of those things I told him not to do, right? Even though he's stepping back from the sort of green policy in a way, he's kind of, alongside, giving Prince William the title of Prince of Wales, he's also given him the climate change responsibilities.
All the baggage.
I don't think people understand how actually... Exactly, but I don't think people understand how much of a political issue it is. And I think one of the things that worries me is, he's going to create a lot of apathy amongst my generation, or people that are critical of the current sort of climate change orthodoxy. Because it's not as simple as saying we should all get electric cars. Okay, if that's the case, then we need to look into that, because electric cars, one, are not actually environmentally friendly. Two, the lithium batteries that they actually use to power electric cars pollute a lot of water, and there are a lot of disputes in Latin American countries regarding sort of Chinese activity regarding lithium batteries, and also cobalt, which is mined to fund a lot of these climate eco-friendly projects, are actually mined in the Congo using child slave labor. So are we going to make this transition to green energy and green technology on the back of water pollution and child labor? That is the issue here. It is an inherently political issue, and no one cares that they have their own political views. But what made the Queen so popular is the fact that she could read the room, and she always stayed above politics. And these are one of those issues. I mean, the Queen didn't even let her opinions be known when Thatcher's government were getting a lot of condemnation from around the world for delaying and sanctioning apartheid South Africa. Imagine staying mute on that, and she still held her silence. And yet the King and now the Prince of Wales can't even be quiet on something that's clearly political.
Exactly, and it's going to get a lot more political, Esther, because it's a beautiful day there in London today, but I know what London is like in December and January and February, but I don't know what it's like when you can't afford your energy bills or afford heating, and it will then become a hugely political issue, and the King and the royal family will be on the wrong side of that political issue. Are they not aware of the danger. Can you please write another article in the Express and please tell them they are going to wind up on the wrong side of the argument? There will be riots in the street.
Yeah, because they will end up turning a lot of people off, and people will start seeing these people that are supposed to be symbolic figures as actually, okay, if you're going to be political, if you fall on the wrong side of the issue, I don't really care about you anymore. And, you know, it has a domino effect, because once people get apathetic, a republic is incoming. And then what happens to Canada or Australia or New Zealand? Ironically, Jacinda Ardern would make New Zealand a republic if she could, in a heartbeat. So I find it weird that Prince William chose her to be his replacement.
It gets weirder and weirder. Just quickly, we're almost out of time, Esther, but just tell us, is Liz Truss coming good? She sounds good. She's saying the right things. She's been accused by the Lib Dems of being a real conservative. The hallelujah. What did you make of that?
I know, that's the best compliment she could ever get. You know,
right.
I think Liz Truss, one of the things that she's showing signs of is at least ideological coherence, which was something that was lacking in Boris Johnson's government, because that man doesn't have an ideologically coherent bone in his body. I think everything she's doing is, one, simplifying the government's position on many key issues. It's very much a leave it or take it sort of situation. I think one thing she does need to get a handle on is Brexit and is the Northern Ireland Protocol, because I think it will really affect our bargaining power in terms of treaties moving forward, and it's now more crucial than ever.
Fantastic. Esther Krakue, let's chat about that next week, because hold that thought. We'll be back next Thursday and chat to you then. Thanks so much for coming on the show.